So, this other day I was going through itchio trying to find a game to play because RE4 was kind of getting heavy for me and it's a lot to edit. I needed to break the monotony when I came across this. At first, I thought the Requiem's echo was too similar, and then I read starring Leonis Kennedy. I knew we had to play it, and it's right up my alley. Let's just go. Oh, the edit is going. Do it for him. Oh my god, I love this. This is like my own spirit computer right there. Let's see what we got in this dating sim. Okay. You step out of the worn out house, the door creaking behind you as it swings shut. The weight of your gear drags at your body, but it's not just the equipment, it's the years. You've been preparing for this night longer than you care to admit. Every step feels heavy, but you can't stop, not now. Your gaze lingers on the windows, inside the shadows of your old life remain. A life that feels like a ghost now. Photographs on the walls, dust-covered remnants of the forgotten hobbies. There was a time when you had dreams, other dreams. But they have long since crumbled, replaced by a singular consuming purpose. Hunting. You hear it, birds flapping in a hurried ascent. You know what that means. Sunset is close. It's time. Wow, this is so pretty. You know, my girls be girling. The bonfire pierces the encroaching darkness, a lone beacon amidst the towering trees. You finish threading the barbed wire from tree to tree, building a harsh perimeter around the clearing, a trap with no escape. Your gaze drifts towards the horizon as the sun sinks lower, disappearing behind the trees, casting long shadows that stretch like dark fingers or clawing at the ground. You need to be fast, they will come soon. Are we talking about zombies? Where's Leon? Put tripwires outside the clearing as well. Put tricks are only inside the clearing. Does it matter where I put them? I'll be safe. You extend the explosives beyond the clearing, placing tripwires around the outer perimeter. If any of them manage to slip past the first line of defense, these will catch them. Tonight there's no escape. The forest deepens into shadow as you finish setting the tripwires. You nod satisfied, but there's one last step. Pulling out a knife, you make a swift cut across your palm, letting your blood drip into the soil. Why? It's dark, almost black in fading light, and the ground brings it up, vanishing as quickly as it falls. You wrap the wound with a strip of cloth, tightening until the pain is just. Why are we doing this to ourselves? You don't usually do this, they're already drawn to the living. But today is different, you need all of them to come. You have tried tracking them to their lairs before, but the tunnels are too winding. Oh, so we're drawing them out? Too impossible to navigate. So instead you draw them out. Yeah, like they lure humans using their scent to pull people to their death. Zombies smell good. It's brutal contest of hunters, and you intend to be the last one standing. Sliding the gas mask over your face, the rubber cool and constricting against your skin, you settle behind a tree. A sharp pang of isolation digs into you. You wish you didn't have to do this alone, but the remaining townsfolk have changed. Consumed by whatever the creatures emit, they have become something else, something horrible. You need to put a stop to this before they sacrifice someone else. The last rays of the sunlight disappear, leaving a dense, suffocating silence. It's as if the forest itself is holding its breath, aware of what's coming. Your hands tremble slightly as you grip the flamethrower, its metal cold despite the sweat on your palm. As soon as the creatures step into the clearing, the explosives will rip through the first wave and the barbed wire will hold the rest in place. Then more will come. You'll pick them off wave by wave until nothing is left but ash. It kind of sounds like why? Okay, let's see where it goes. After all these years of hunting, it comes down to this. Tonight, either you kill them all or they finally take you. Oh, this is so pretty though. Leon's POV. Leon drives into the city. Oh! Leon drives into the streets dead and abandoned. Another ghost town, courtesy of Umbrella. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted right now. Boarded windows, doors still shut like they're trying to keep something out or in. He wonders how many more are there. He thought that after Umbrella's downfall they had dealt with all of them. But every now and then one pops up. He feels it, a prickle in the back of his neck. Sorry, but I'm so distracted. I'm just standing there. His eyes flick to a cracked window as he passes, but there's nothing there. Just shadows shifting with the last light of the day. Can I do a Leon voice? Let me try. Hate it when the neighbors are this quiet. The sun sinks lower, bleeding orange and red across the sky. He sighs, tapping his fingers on the handlebars. He wanted to get here earlier, but the mission briefing dragged on, and the local cops weren't exactly helpful. They never are. Remember Ari home. When he asked if they had seen anything strange, they all gave him the same blank stare. Nope, nothing, sir. He's not sure if they're lying, clueless, or terrified. His GPS flashes, guiding him toward the lab on the outskirts. It's nestled in the forest up on the hill. Easy enough, right? Just find the missing team, check the lab, and get out. Simple, except it never is. Oh, this is again. I am so. This is such good art. I love this. Leon kills the engine and swings off the bike. The silence wrapping around him. The air feels wrong, too still. The kind of stillness that gets under your skin. Okay, Leon, just another spooky forest. What could go wrong? I can't do his voice. He moves on foot, the ground soft under his boots, dead leaves muffling his steps. His hand hovers near his gun. The path is narrow, overgrown, and shadows stretch out long in the fading light. Then he sees it, a flickering light through the trees. Leon stops, narrowing his eyes. Someone's here. Maybe it's the missing team or something else. He steps off the path, crouching low behind a tree for cover, watching the bonfire falls in the dark. Whoever's camping out here has terrible taste in ambience. Then, he's saying that to himself. I thought he was like calling them out. Then a faint smell hits him, sweet, cloying, almost floral. He grips his gun tighter, muscle tensing as his instinct screams. This isn't usual rotting stench of boughs. This is different, wrong. Whatever's ahead, it feels like it's calling to him. The last of the sunlight slips behind the trees, darkness closes in, and the light flickers again, casting eerie shadows that seem to reach for him. He moves forward, slow and steady, his senses on high alert. He's done this before, more times than he would care to remember. Whatever's waiting in the dark is not going to catch him off guard. Leon's head is getting foggy, his senses dulled. He can see the fire now, a huge bonfire lighting up the dark. Spotting an opening, he steps forward, but something brushes against his chest. A wire. The faint beeping reaches him a second too late. I guess I really walked into that. Nice one. The tripwire triggers. Oh no, did we kill you? The tripwire triggers a deafening blast tearing through the air. Well, my defense is too good. What can I say? Oh my god. Do I have to start over again? I killed him. Okay, let's. I guess we go from here. Okay, so we are here. So I guess we'll put them only in the clearing. But honestly, I don't think I did anything wrong by putting the tripwires outside the clearing. Okay, so we are back here, and we are hopefully not killing him. He moves forward, slow and steady, his senses on high alert. He's done this before, more times than he would care to remember. Whatever's waiting in the dark is not going to catch him off guard. Our POV, okay. You listen, breath fogging the inside of your gas mask. The forest feels suffocating, every shadow pressing in, thick with tension. A sharp creaking noise breaks the silence, the sound of chitinous legs scraping over dry bark. Oh, oh, insects! The familiar clicks and snaps you come to associate you with the creatures. They're here. What? Your heart pounds, you steady your breath, the filtered air dry and stale against your lips. Fingers tightening around the flamethrower, you prepare to rise from your hiding spot, every muscle coiled. But then movement catches your eye, a figure slipping through the clearing. A man, you freeze, watching as he steps closer to your traps. Wait, is he? He's disabling your trip wires! Your pulse races, heart hammering in your ears. Without thinking, you sprint from your spot, weaving through the traps you committed to memory. You! Stop! Your voice comes out muffled, distorted by the mask, but he halts, turning to face you. For a split second, you're taken aback. He's not what you expected. Sharp features, piercing eyes, striking in a way that seems out of place here. Not the kind of person you'd expect to stumble into a nightmare like this. Your gaze flickers to his hand, hovering near his gun, posture tense and controlled. Definitely not a civilian. These traps are mine. I'd appreciate it if you didn't mess with them. He glances around the scattered wires, looking almost amused.
Oh, my bad.
How many did you disable already? He tilts his head, thinking for a moment.
A few.
You curse under your breath, gripping the flamethrower tighter. Yeah, I hate it when Leon comes and disables my traps. Just your luck, a clueless outsider ruining the day you've waited years for.
Why do you need so many explosives?
I'm hunting. God forbid a girl has a hobby. His eyes shift to the flamethrower in your hands and then to the barbed wire strung between the trees.
You have a rather unconventional way of hunting.
You take a steadying breath. No time for this. You're not from this town, are you? You really should leave, now. Your gaze drifts to the tree line where you sense movement. The scent is starting to seep in. That sickly sweet floral odor the creatures emit. He's not wearing a mask. Already you see a slight daze in his eyes. He won't last long if they get too close. The man shakes his head, taking a step closer.
Not an option. I have got to get to that lab. This is the only way through.
You fidget with the flamethrower. Go round, I guess? You fidget with the flamethrower, torn between curiosity and frustration. Whoever he is, he needs to leave. You have no idea what's out there. Turn around. Wait. Wait until morning. Whatever you're looking for at the lab has already been ransacked. But do whatever you want, just not right now. A familiar sound echoes through the forest, the same clicking, the same sickening creak. They're getting closer. He hears it too, his stance shifting, eyes narrowing. What exactly are you hunting? Before you can respond, yellow eyes blink to life at the edge of the woods, dozens of them gleaming like fireflies in the dark, shifting us aloft onto you. There are more than you expected, likely drawn by his scent as well. You can't fight them all without explosives. Run. You don't wait for his response. Oh my god, explosions erupt, the ground shaking underfoot, but the creature charges through the smoke faster than you anticipated. You dash forward, dodging traps, weaving through the maze of wires and explosives. Gunshots ring out behind you, glance back, catch sight of him, firing at the creatures as he runs, somehow keeping pace. Save your bullets, it won't kill them! The sharp crack sounds, and suddenly warm air seeps into the mask. A piece of debris must have punctured you. You're exposed now, no spare within reach. Oh no! You can only keep running. Barreling through the underbush, you fire flamethrower behind you, a wave of fire scorches in the air. The creatures shriek and stumble back, but keep coming. You see him aim, shooting one of the explosives straight to a nearby tree. The explosion rocks the clearing. The smoke blankets everything, the forest erupting into chaos. You run until you're far away, gasping as you tear off the broken mask. The cool night air fills your lungs, but it feels like failure. Everything you built is gone, the traps, the explosives, all of it wasted. The man catches up, glancing back at the smoke and fire flickering in the distance. His gun is still in his hand. Honey, where is the gun? And he looks unfazed.
My best Leon voice. Quite the fireworks show back there.
He looks at you, raising an eyebrow. What were those things? You fought them before, right? Your blood boils and you throw the broken mask to the ground. Oh, is it really anyone's fault? I don't know, I'm pinning it on him. It's all your fault. What? I was trying to kill everyone, last one of them. I had everything set. You ruined it. You ruined it. Personally, I would not think this is anyone else's fault, nor mine, nor Leon's, but I had to make a choice. He takes a defensive stance, his eyes hardening. Hey, I didn't know you had that place rigged to explore. Maybe next time, leave a sign. You glare back at him. Leave, outsider, before you mess things up even further. It's not safe here. He narrows his eyes, looking at you with a calm that only makes your frustration flare hotter. Not for me, for you. You're going to get yourself killed if you keep this up. Excuse me, you're the one who almost got yourself killed back there. Actually, he died in the previous one. I'm trained for this, I can handle this. You don't know these things like I do. They lure you with their scent. You want to get to the lab now? Go ahead, but you'll end up like everyone else who's tried, dead. He pauses, and for the first time, you see his expression soften slightly as he studies you. Did you see a team come through here? A lot of people come through here. They go to the lab, they get what they want, they leave us to our fate. Or they go and never come back. Whoever you're looking for, they're probably dead. Or worse. The man looks back toward the forest, his expression turning somber, thoughtful. I need to go to the lab and figure out what happened to them. I'm not leaving until I do. You shake your head, unsurprised. Of course, they're all the same. Good luck, you'll need it. Without waiting for a response, you turn and march away, ignoring the ache in your chest. You'll have to start all over again, rebuild, rearm. Your hand finds the pendant resting against your chest. You grip it tightly, letting the familiar shape press into your skin. I'm sorry. Ooh, this is so pretty. Ooh, there's a guitar! You storm back into the house, slamming the door behind you. The gear drops from your hand, but you barely notice. All you can think is about him, the arrogant outsider with his stoic face. You grit your teeth. He's going to get himself killed. You know it. He just doesn't even have a mask. The second he gets close to the lab, he's good as dead. You told him that they warned him what was out there. If he dies, that's on him. You owe him nothing. He ruined your plan and your final chance saving the rest of the town. But the thought of him stumbling into the lab clueless gnaws at you. Why the hell do you care? You shouldn't. You don't. Ooh, we got some angst brewing. Ah, it's so pretty though. This also. Despite the hunter's aggression, Leon decides to heed her warning. He waits until early morning before heading to the lab. Why did he stay the whole night in the jungle? Her sharp words still lingering in his mind. He can't shake the thought that she left too abruptly without giving him a real chance to help. He could have used more intel, maybe kept an eye on her too. The last thing he wants is to watch another life get swallowed by the umbrella's mess. They have taken too much already. He shakes his head, recalling the fierce determination in her eyes, the way she seemed set on wiping out those creatures at any cost. There's no doubt in his mind that the bows are involved here. He's seen enough of Umbrella's twisted work to recognize the signs. It's almost impressive in a grim way that she held her ground for so long. The lab looms ahead, abandoned and half crumbled. He pushes through the entrance. Oh, the hunter hadn't been lying. The place had been thoroughly ransacked. Papers scattered, equipment smashed, whatever was here is long gone. Perfect, more loose ends. Umbrella had so many labs scattered around the globe, it's nearly impossible to track them all down. Some, like this one, escaped the government's eye, but not the mercenaries. He looks around, wondering what they stole this time and what it might lead to. Another outbreak, another bioweapon. There's always something. As soon as he finds out what this new threat is, the better. Maybe the rest of the town and that hunter can still be saved. He pauses, his mind drifting back to Spain, the village, the people, so many lives destroyed, so many people who never had a chance. He clenches his fists, wishing again that he could stop it all for good. But nothing is ever that simple. He's just one man fighting an endless war. Still, he'll do what he can, like he always does. He pulls himself back to the present, focusing on the task. After rummaging through a few cabinets, he finds a torn notebook, its pages smudged with age and grime. It seems like a personal diary of the lead scientist. Oh, classic Ari, classic Ari. Initial tests with mold on humans have been promising, though at great cost. Mortality rates are high, but I'm confident we will create a host strong enough to receive the progenitor virus. 1990. I seem to have found a way to reduce mortality rates, but the subjects are changing disturbingly, so they are becoming more moth-like, though imperfectly. The process of HTT appears to be responsible. These hybrids are now half human, half insect, emitting a powerful scent that draws the human towards them. The smell acts like pheromones of female moths, inducing a heightened masks are now mandatory. Subjects must remain contained at all costs. This might prove useful to capture new test subjects. Oh, they're becoming insects? 1992, the townsfolk whisper about a creature of folklore roaming the forest, which serves our purpose as well. In new development, subjects have begun reproducing. Their larvae feed exclusively on human flesh. I'm uncertain if this offspring will be able to receive the virus, but its potential breakthrough. We will continue observation. So it's like Lady Demetrius' girls, right? The daughters. Disappointing results. The offspring are weak, unable to withstand viral integration. It appears that the strength of the parents is critical. Only the strongest roots can pass on resilience. The weaker offspring have been discarded and will require more test subjects. Stronger young adults, preferably those in their physical prime. This town's population will be depleted soon if we are not careful. Leon flips the page, but dozens of entries are missing. Years torn away, leaving only the final one. Frantic, scrawled handwriting with the scientist had written it at his last desperate moments. 2003. Umbrella has cut us off. The facility is compromised. Someone said the creatures loose. They're everywhere, and the staff have begun to fall. I managed to escape with a mask intact, but the end is near. There's no redemption for me, but I'll seek forgiveness all the same. You are not getting anything, bro. The church perhaps is the last place I'll find peace. After that, I'll leave this cursed town for good. The church, huh? He radios Hannigan, relaying the situation and the contents of the diary. She promises to notify the higher ups and rearrange for reinforcements, but of course it will take time. Leon sighs, reinforcements always take time. I'll send you the blueprints we have on file for lab. There's mention of an underground facility. It's always an underground facility, bruh. Looks like you need a key card to get in. Understood. Thanks. He follows her directions and finds the door to the underground section, but as she had warned, it's locked tight. He will need to get in if he wants to find out what happened with the missing team. Just as he is about to search elsewhere, he hears a faint noise. Then a familiar scent reaches him, sickly sweet, cloying, with a strange. I need to know what cloying means, bruh. Uh, Unpleasantly excessively sweet. Okay, new thing for me. Just as he's about to reach elsewhere, he hears a faint noise, then a familiar. Okay, wait. Didn't the hunter say these signs only came out at night? The smell thickens, his head swimming slightly. He snaps his gun up, instincts kicking in as something shuffles closer in the dark. Oh lord! He fires the gunshot, ringing out. The creature barely slows, advancing with a twisted insectoid screech. Then flames light up with the room. He turns, catching the sight of the hunter, her face obscured by her mask. Relief flares up, but it's brief. Which part of bullets don't work did you not get? Or do you just like wasting ammo? Leo's jaw tightens, annoyance replacing his earlier relief. Of course, she has to make this difficult. Our POV again. The man catches up with you outside, his eyes narrow, but you can almost see a flicker of relief beneath his guarded expression. Guarded expression. You were following me? Oh, you were following me. Next time, if you want a closer look, maybe just ask. I wanted to see if you are as competent as you claim. You give him a once over, unimpressed. You are unimpressed by all this. Clearly not. I had everything under control. You scoffed, not even trying to hide your frustration. Sure, if you plan to stick around, you'll need a masked outsider. I won't always be here to save your ass. Name's Leon. And I figured that out myself. Thanks. You shake your head and turn on your heel, ready to leap into his face. I found a door to underground section of the lab. You pause, glancing back. The creatures probably hide there during the day. That's where the nests are. You will never be able to kill them without going down there. And to get in, we need a keycard. Leon nods towards the lab entrance and looks back at you, his gaze steady. And supplies if we want to blow this place sky high. Oh, this is all Leon speaking. You raise the eyebrows skeptical. We? I'm not thrilled about it, but you are going to keep hunting them anyway, right? Might as well join forces. His voice is giving me. You search his face for any sign of deceit, but he just stares back, annoyingly calm. You don't trust this guy, but you're willing to take any chance to end this, even if it means teaming up. Say please or fine. Uh, fine? Well, that was easy. Keep talking and I'll change my mind. You pull an old worn map of the town from your jacket. Oh wow! Leon leans in to look at the map, his shoulder brushing against you. For a moment, you catch the scent of his sweat and smoke from the fight mixed with something faintly sharp like aftershave. It's oddly distracting, and you step back with a glare. Finally, finally! Here's the layout of the town. Most of the gas masks have been destroyed by the townsfolk, but we might find a few at the. You swallow your throat tightening. Fire station. His eyes flick to you, catching the hesitation in your voice. Why did the townsfolk destroy the mass? Memories flash through your mind. Of glassy-eyed townsfolk in crazed frenzy, their minds lost to the pheromones, the eldest orgy. Oh! Is this game going where I think it's going? The way they practically worship the creatures now, like twisted prophets of some new grotesque religion. It's against their beliefs. I had a few spare ones, but they got destroyed yesterday thanks to a noisy outsider. Maybe you should have kept them somewhere safer. And maybe you should have never come here. A faint spark tugs at his lips, his voice dripping with sarcasm. Then I'd have missed out on meeting such a charming person as yourself. Are you sure you're saying this in sarcasm? You glare, hating the way he just won't back down, the way he seems to find humor in every jab. And where can we find explosives? You jab a finger at the spot on the map. Here, the construction site over here. Oh, those are like two apart. There should be some left in the crates. With any luck, they are still intact. Leon studies the map with a furrowed brow, then nods. The key card is probably at the church. I found a note about it in the lab. He looks up, meeting your gaze with that infuriating calm. You're the local. Where do you want to start? Oh my god. I suppose we should go to fire station so that we can get the masks. Safety first, right? You take a deep breath and walk inside the fire station, just as empty and abandoned as it was the last time you came here. And now, standing inside it again, you feel the weight pressing down harder than before. The memories flood back uninvited. The sound of your father's voice, the sight of him in his gear, the pride in his eyes when you talk about the work he did. It's been years, but somehow the pain feels fresh, sharp as broken glass. Leon scans the surrounding, his gaze darting around the room, assessing every potential threat and exit. His stance betrays his training, all business, all vigilance. You, on the other hand, are just trying to keep yourself together, forcing one foot in front of the other. The last thing you want for him is to see how much this place affects you. The layout simple. First floor has the main room, storage, some lockers. Upstairs, there's probably nothing hidden up there. You know, an awful lot. You catch the flicker of curiosity in his eyes, and attention seizes in your chest. I mean, look at him. Just look at him. Memories flash too fast to block them out. Your father's gruff laugh echoing off the walls, the smell of burning wood from the old stove, the sound of men joking, slapping each other on the back. The ache you've kept buried for so long sharpens, settling like a stone in your chest. I came here a lot when I was younger to keep your voice flat, but Leon's gaze narrows as though he can see straight through the wall you're trying to put up. He's not stupid, he knows there more than you're not saying. For a moment his brow furrows, his expression softening just enough that it makes you uneasy. You can feel him weighing his words like he's considering saying something kind, something that might crack through the armor you built around yourself. If this place means something to you, we can. Don't. Your voice comes out sharper than you intend, cutting him off where he can finish. You don't care. The last thing you need is him poking around in parts of you that aren't his business. Leon's jaw tightens. How are we becoming more repressed than Leon? Leon is like that repressed blonde king. Leon's jaw tightens, his mouth pressing into a thin line. For a moment, he just looks at you, an unreadable expression in his eyes. Finally, he gives a short nod, clearly deciding to drop it. Fine. The word lands heavy between you, thickening the silence. You can feel the distance growing, as if both of you are retreating behind invisible walls, mirroring each other's defenses. The quiet stretches, talk of unspoken things neither of you are willing to acknowledge. At last, Leon jerks his head toward the staircase, his voice cold and brisk. We should check the second floor too. Could be more supplies up there. The structure's a mess. It's better if we stick to the first floor. Make sure you don't miss anything. His eyes narrow. He stands firm as if he's digging in his heels. He just challenge you. Why? That's exactly why we should go. The townsfolk probably haven't searched there. It might be worth the risk. The frustration coils tighter in your chest, the weight of the memories. You know what? I'm going with you. If there is an option, I'm going with you. Obviously, I'm following Leon's idea. If we die, we are coming back. You grit your teeth, unwilling to argue further. Fine, let's go to the second floor then. Together, you make your way up the creaking stairs. The floorboards groan underfoot. Each step feels like it could be the last. Your eyes scan the empty, dilapidated space, searching for anything useful. Just as you're about to turn back, Leon gestures to a dusty corner near a row of broken lockers. Found something. Two gas masks lie there, half hidden beneath some debris. But before you can respond, the floor beneath you gives a sudden violent lurch. You let out a gasp, stumbling as the wood cracks and shifts under your feet. Leon reacts instantly, grabbing you by the arm and pulling you against him just as the ground crumbles beneath you. Both. Oh my god. You crash down together, the impact sending a jolt of pain through your body. Ugh. For a moment, you're too stunned to move, lying tangled in the debris with your arms still wrapped around. Hey, a win is a win. His breathing is heavy, his face close enough that you can feel the warmth radiating off him. Yes, I was right about the floor. You shrug his arm off as you push yourself up. Thanks for almost getting us killed. Leon scowls, his voice dropping with sarcasm. You're welcome. You grab the two masks, your finger trembling just slightly, and turn to head back down the stairs, refusing to look his way. As you're moving, your hand brushes against something small and solid in the dust. You stop, bending down to pick it up, and your breath catches. It's a photograph, worn and faded, ages curling from age. Your father and his colleagues smiling under light, their faces blurred out but unmistakable. You swallow hard, a lump forming in your throat. For a second, you consider showing it to Leon, sharing that piece of yourself just as well. I would show it honestly, but then the walls come back up. We're competing for who can press the most. Solid and unyielding, you fold the photo and slip it into your pocket, its edges digging into your skin like a reminder. The Leo's voice breaks through the quiet, snapping you out of the moment. Find anything else? Your hand tightens around the photo, hiding it deeper in your pocket. No, let's leave. He doesn't question it, and you follow him out of the station, leaving behind the memories and the ghosts that cling to this place like shadows. The silence between you is heavy as ever, and as though you walk side by side, you feel miles apart. Leon's POV. By the time they reach her house, the sky has deepened to a dark, heavy blue, and the evening chill has settled around them. She stops abruptly at her door, noticing a bloody note tacked to the wood, a smudge of crimson smeared across the word. She reads it with a crumples it in her hand, and tosses it aside without a second thought. Leon glances down, catching the streaks of ink mixed with dried blood. What does it say? She gives a dry, humorless laugh. One of the town's leaders is warning me off, saying I have killed too many of their precious creatures. They don't like the balance being disrupted. She shrugs, an edge of bitterness in her voice. They've tried to stop me before, nothing new. Aren't they going to come after you for that? Let them try. Her tone is sharp, edged with a wariness that speaks of reputation. If they do, I have other hideouts. She pushes the door open, stepping inside without looking back. I would probably not go inside, honestly. Leon follows, and the place hits him like a wall. A strange, stifling mix of mothballs and plant oils. The windows sealed tightly, curtains drawn to block out any stray pheromones. As she moves through the small space, her movements are precise, each step purpose-driven. She glides over a concealed compartment in the floor, pulls it open, and retrieves a gallon of fuel, refilling the flamethrower with a practiced hand. She doesn't spare him a glance, acting as if he were just another fixture in the room, an afterthought. Leon watches her, seeing himself reflected in her harsh routines, the methodical way she checks every corner. Every movement screams survival, but it's more than that. She's wrapped herself in layers of armor, bound tight by invisible barbed wire, keeping the world at arm's length. He's worn that same armor himself, felt the sting of each bar, and he knows how hard it is to let anyone get close. Okay, it's us now. You sit on a worn chair, focusing on tending to your wounds, cleaning and wrapping them with quick, experienced movement. Leon is scanning your space, his eyes drawn to a small cluster of faded photographs on a shelf. His fingers hover over one of them, hesitating. When did this all start? You keep your eyes on the wound, tightening the bandages a little too hard. 3 years ago. A pause, and then you add, as if almost forcing yourself to speak. The creatures have been around as long as I can remember. They would take a few people each month. No one would care unless it was family. Just some old folklore, a story to scare kids into staying inside after dark. You take a breath, fighting down the memories clawing their way out. But when the lab shut down, everything changed. They came back every night like clockwork, taking anyone outside after dark. Anyone who didn't make it inside was gone in morning. And it seems they hunt whenever they need to. And it helps that the townspeople offer them sacrifices every week without fail. Oh my god. The room goes silent, your words hanging in the air like a shadow. You brace yourself for him to ask about the people in the photos, about your family, about the ones you lost. But instead his voice is quieter, worried is something you can't quite place. Why didn't you leave? You freeze, hands still on the bandages. You don't answer right away, letting his question settle into silence. Then you resume tending to your wound, though your voice is flat and controlled. Yeah, why didn't we leave? This seems like a lot to be facing by a civilian, right? I guess the Nobel I made a promise. I'm not leaving until every last one of those things is dead. No point in a promise if you're not around to see it through. He nods towards the wound you have earned along the way and you roll your eyes. Spare me the lecture. Someone had to fight. It just ended up being me. He steps closer. Your body goes rigid, instinctively pulling back. But he holds out a small tin, something herbal and pungent with a mix of earthy scents, lavender and other sharp herbs. What's this? For injuries, works wonders. Hesitantly you take it, your eyes never leaving his. You study him for a beat, finally breaking the silence. Who exactly are you? He looks at you, his expression unreadable, a flicker of something cautious before he answers. Government agent. It makes sense now. That's a literal. Anyways, it makes sense now. He's calm in the face of the creatures, the way he handled himself during the day, but that doesn't explain everything. You said you were trained for this kind of situation. How many times have you dealt with things like this? Too many. He sighs, and for a moment his face softens, his guard slipping through enough for you just to catch a glimpse of something deeper. I was a rookie cop the first time it happened. I had to learn the hard way, and afterwards I didn't exactly have a choice. For a brief second, you see something raw in his eyes, something that feels uncomfortably close to your own reflection. You didn't have a choice either, not in any of this. Why didn't you leave? Surprise flickers across his face, and for an instant, you catch a glimpse of something like pain. It's not that simple. You think you might finally get something real out of him, a piece of truth to hold on to, but then just as quickly his walls snap back into place. And someone has to fight. It just ended up being me. Oh, he's saying our words back to us. You let out a hollow chuckle, but stop yourself before it fully escapes. You can't afford to get comfortable around him. Why not? Even if it doesn't seem like a threat now, you remind yourself he's just another outsider. For all you know, he's only being nice to get under your skin, to make you lower your guard, only to leave like everyone. But what about the abs on the main menu? You shove the tin of herbal medicine back at him a bit more forcefully than necessary. Here, agent, you did it more than me. He looks down at it, raising an eyebrow as he takes it back, his expression somewhere between amused and unimpressed. Your reckless confidence is almost charming. Ah, don't worry, not happening. Oh no, please happen. Good. You settle onto the couch, lying down with half an eye on the door, the other on Leon, who sits a few feet away with his back to the wall, quietly discussing and cleaning his gun. Your eyes close, but your mind stays alert. Every creak of the old house, keeping you tethered to consciousness. It isn't just the threats outside that keep you awake. It's strangers sharing your space. The one person who could throw everything you worked for into chaos. Sleep. I'll take the first watch. You start to protest, but he cuts you off with a steady look. If we're going to be a team, you need to trust me. You don't respond, but allow yourself to sink into a light, restless sleep, and your senses half tuned to the sounds of the night. The hours stretch on, the room cloaked in heavy silence, and yet, with Leon there for the first time in months, it doesn't quite feel as suffocating. Despite the friction and the garden words, the walls you both refuse to lower his presence make the silence feel just a little unbearable. You wake up to the sound of soft clattering in the kitchen. Your muscles are stiff, your body still on high alert, but as you blink your eyes open, the scent of something cooking hits your senses. Something you haven't smelled in a long time. You sit up, rubbing the sleep from your eyes. The morning light filters through the cracked window, casting muted shadows across the room. When you finally focus, you see him, Leon, standing by the stove, frying something in a pan, his back turned to you. What are you doing? Who said you could touch my stuff? Jeez. Leon doesn't even turn around. His shoulders shift slightly as he's brushing off your comment. Good morning to you too. You walk over, eyeing the state of your kitchen. You're making a mess. As if mess never killed anyone, unlike other things around him. You're welcome, by the way. You cross your arms, leaning against the wall. Grateful? Sure, but no way are you going to give him the satisfaction of knowing that. I didn't ask you to cook. He plates the food and sets it on the table, gesturing to it with a casual way. What did he make though? You eye the meal with narrowed eyes, suspicious but intrigued. Leon shrugs. Dig in, oh don't. More for me. I mean, look at those gains. He's downing like 6 eggs at least. You sit down reluctantly, looking at the food. Simple but warm. The smell is actually kind of nice, though you never admit that either. It's better than anything you have had in a while. You pick up a fork, stabbing into the food without much ceremony, but you're already feeling a little less irritated. Where are we going today? You ask, trying to steer the conversation back to something practical, something that doesn't feel domestic. Leon sits across from you, shrugging as he eats. Your call. Oh, right. Yeah. The construction. Was the construction the dynamite? Yeah, let's go for the dynamite. Oof, this looks so good. Delicioso. The construction site looks the same as you remember. Rusting metal frames, cracked concrete, piles of debris waiting to collapse at any moment. A maze of danger even before the creatures started to roam. You've gotten most of the explosives out over the years, and there were always a few crates in places too risky to reach on your own. Maybe now with Leon's help you can finally grab the rest. As you're reading through the site, you feel the weight of his gaze scanning the area, always assessing, always alert. He moves like a trained agent, calculated, confident, because he is. He makes it look all so easy, like he's strolling through a path instead of a half-collapsed death trap. Then the voices echo through the steel beams, faint but unmistakable. You and Leon freeze at the same time. I need to clear all this junk out. She's still using these damn. Oh, someone else. I don't know where she keeps finding more of them. Shit, you can't see them, but you can hear their footsteps crunching through the rubble. Too many of them to handle head on. Tension coils in your gut as you look at Leon, who's already watching with you. That annoyingly calm expression. If you want to search in peace, we need to get rid of them, or we could just sneak past them. You shoot him a withering glare, voice dripping with sarcasm. Yeah, because that worked out so well for me in the past. These people aren't exactly blind, Leon. Getting them to leave is safer. Sneaking past them is smarter, less chance of getting caught. What do we do though? I am kinda tempted to go with Leon's. You let out a frustrated sigh but relent. If we die, there is like a save option, so it's fine. You let out a frustrated sigh but relent. Fine, let's do it your way this time. You both crouch low, moving quietly through the site. Leon takes the lead, his movements smooth and resilient. You follow, every muscle tense, hyper-aware of the townsfolk patrolling nearby. The faint sound of their voices is a constant reminder of the danger, and for a moment you can almost feel the confidence seeping into you, steadying your own steps. After what feels like forever, you reach a cluster of crates. You start rummaging through them as quietly as possible, but they're empty. You glance at Leon, frustration simmering. Searching stealthily will take too long. Then a voice shatters the silence. Who's there? Stop right there. Your heart lurches, and before you can even process the words, gunshots ring out, echoing through the crumbling site. You and Leon bolt, adrenaline flooding your veins as you scramble over broken concrete and piles of rusted metal. Shouts chase after you, growing louder, closer. You stumble, and with Leon's hand shoots out, gripping your arm and pulling you just in time, keeping you from place planting into a pile of debris. Finally, you manage to lose them, ducking into a quieter, hidden section of the construction site. Once you're clear, you pull your arm free, wincing as a sharp pain flares up in your leg. Great plan, Leon Rios. I don't know, man. Leon has some weird ideas. Hey, at least we got a workout in. Cardio is important. Oh, shut up. You roll your eyes and hold back a harsher retort. The two of you search the crates nearby, working quickly. After a few minutes, your hand finally lands on a stash of explosives and you lift it with a sigh of relief. But a part of you wonders if it will be enough. You move to a different crate and try to pry it open. Let me. I can do it. I know. I just don't want you to get hurt. You give him a skeptical look, arching an eyebrow. Look at you, being a gentleman. I always am. Oh my god, he's smirking. You huff as he steps in, taking your spot with that infuriating calm. Before I read it, I saw it. But in his eagerness, his shirt snags on a jagged piece of metal jutting out from the crate. Tearing down the side to expose a strip of bare skin, you can't help the smirk that tugs at your lips. Nice one, Agent. He looks down at the ruined shirt, unimpressed. Just what I needed. You turn back to the explosives, putting them in the bag, trying to ignore the rustling fabric behind you. Ah, composing. Yeah. And but when you glance over, he's shrugging off the shirt entirely, leaving his upper body bare, every line of muscle and scar exposed. The scars are there. This is not an excuse to look at his body. I'm literally trying to look at the scars. No. For a second, you're caught off guard, your eyes lingering on the hard planes of his chest and the subtle movement of his shoulders. You force yourself to look away, jaw clenched, but he notices and he's clearly not letting you off the hook. I didn't think you'd get distracted that easily. You clench your jaw, wiggling your pulse to steady. I'm just wondering if you plan on strutting around like that. We're here for supplies, not a show. He chuckles, tossing the torn shirt aside with a smirk. As much as you love that, I have got a spare on my bike. Unless, of course, you want me to stay like this. Without missing a beat, you raise an eyebrow, leaning in just enough to make him hesitate. And what if I do? He blinks, clearly not expecting. Oh, he's blushing. You let a small, mocking smile slip through before pulling back. Relax, I'm messing with you. As if I'd ever want that. Let's go. He grabs the bag from you, a hint of frown creasing his brow as he mutters under his breath. Could have fooled me. You rolled your eyes, turning on your heel and heading toward your bike, but as you walk, you can feel his gaze lingering on you, like he's trying to puzzle something out. Leon's POV. The ride back to her place is shrouded in the rich amber glow of the setting sun, casting long shadows across the path. Leon tries to oh thank God, that was gonna be so distracting. Leon tries to focus on the road, but it's hard to ignore the warmth of her thighs pressed against him, the way her grip strengthens every time they hit a bump. Damn, she's distracting in an infuriating, impossible to ignore. As they near her place, he spots a small group gathered on a street corner, their voices low but thick with tension. She taps his shoulder, signaling for him to stop. They both listen, half hidden in the deepening shadows. Bodies in the forest. She's done it again. She needs to be stopped. Leon's gaze shifts, taking in the bruises and scars wrapped around the group's wrists, legs, even their necks. Dark marks that look like chains binding them to something unseen. She'll get what she deserves soon. He glances back at her. She rolls her eyes, acting unfazed by their words, but he doesn't miss the way her hands clench the handles by the bike seat, knuckles turning white. Eventually, the group disperses and Leon nudges the bike forward, guiding it through the empty streets as dust descends around them. Silence stretches between them, thick and charged, until he breaks it. What's with the scars? That was so bad. She is quiet for a moment, gaze fixed on the road ahead, her voice stripping to a low, almost resigned tone. They tie themselves down while they breathe in the creature's scent. It keeps them from wandering into woods and getting killed, but the aphrodisiac effect still lingers. They're too far gone, all of them. A shiver runs down his spine, unexpected and unwelcome. He decides to shift the mood. Well, it seems you're pretty popular around here. She hops as if shaking off the weight of the conversation. I'm the most popular in the town. Get your facts straight. He accelerates the bike, jolting it towards as they weave through the empty streets. Her arms instinctively wrap around his waist, pressing her body firmly against his back. Glancing over his shoulder, he smirks. You better hold on, Miss Popular. I'll hold on, alright, just tight enough to choke you out. Oh. She pinches his side hard and he fakes a yelp of pain through a grin, catching the smile in her voice. At least he managed to break her through her walls, even if just for a moment. Our POV. You sit on the floor, turning your focus to your bandages. Leon managed to lift the mood a little on the ride back, but the heaviness still lingers. Sadness twists in your gut as you remember the faces of the townsfolk you once knew, people who had welcomed you, people whose stores you had visited, whose homes you had seen with your family. Now they are hollow, driven only by the urge to kill you. The memory hits harder than you would like. You reach for a spot on your back where an old wound has started to ache, maybe even opened up again. But you can't reach it. Cursing softly, you drop your head, feeling both exhausted and helpless. Leon moves closer, crouching beside you. His face is unreadable as his expression shifts to your as his gaze shifts to your wounds, something unspoken flickering in his eyes. Can I? Obviously. You hesitate, that mix of bone deep exhaustion and something deeper, something harder to name, unsettling you. But after a beat, you nod. His hands move to your back, the press of his fingers steady, careful, the touch is firm yet gentle. You feel the warmth of his fingertips, the weight of his focus, and you flinch, unprepared for the unexpected tenderness. A lump rises in your throat, and you realize that it's been years since anyone has touched you like this, with such care. It hits you harder than any wound would. Did it hurt? No. You keep your gaze fixed ahead, focusing on the sharp, earthy smell of the herbs rather than the heat of his hands on your skin. But it's impossible to ignore him completely. He asks where the spare gauze is, and you mumble its location, barely aware of the words leaving your mouth. When he finishes, his thumb lingers, grazing over your skin as if he can't bring quite himself to let go. Your pulse races, an involuntary reaction you certainly feels under his fingertips. The realization snaps you out of it and you push yourself quickly, turning to face himself. Face him. Uh, Thank you? Thank. The words die on your lips as you catch sight of him, a half-formed laugh bubbling up instead. Leon tilts his head confused. What happened? His hair is tangled with cobwebs and bits of dust, probably from when he reached up for the gaze. You try to hold back your amusement, but it's impossible. Nothing, Spider Boy. Leon's hand immediately goes to his head, fingers brushing through his hair. Perfect, just the look I was going for. Dungeon chic. Your laughter spills over, breaking the silence. There's too much waving and we can't seem to clear it. No, idiot, here, let me do it. He goes still as you reach for him, fingers working carefully through the strands of his hair. The room falls quiet again, the silence thickening around you as you pick out each bit of webbing. His breathing slows, deepens, and when your fingers brush against his skull, you feel his chest rise, a slight hitch in his breath. You keep moving, but there's a strange awareness between you, a heightened focus in each movement, each accidental brush of your fingers. For a moment, he lifts his eyes, meeting yours. They're darker, softer, watching you with an intensity that makes your heart skip. You can feel the warmth of him, the smell the faint scent of the gunpowder and leather that clings to him. And when his gaze drops to your mouth, he lets out a breath. Small, almost soundless, but heavy. His shoulders tense like he's holding himself back, fighting some internal battle. Your pulse hammers, your fingers pausing in his hair, frozen by the realization that his hand is hovering close to your waist. Close enough that you feel it's warm without even the touch. The moment stretches, something electric in the air. Pull back, your breath mingling in the charge. What? Why would I pull back? Wait, you pause, holding his gaze for a second longer, the air thickening between you. Leon shifts, blinking as if breaking a spell, then shakes his head, taking a step back. No! His eyes darting everywhere but at you. You clear your throat, hoping No! I'll take first. Ah, you are stretching it out. You should rest. He watches you almost like he's about to argue, but something in your expression, maybe in his own expression, stops him. He gives a small, reluctant nod and then settles down on the couch. You watch as he finally lets his guard drop, even though only for a moment. His shoulders relaxing into the cushions as his eyes fall shut. You glance down at your fingers, the tingle lingering, reminding you of the warmth that still caught between you both. So, are we not gonna wash our hands after touching his hair? The warmth of the sunset fades slowly, casting the room in muted shadows, soft and heavy. You settle onto the floor, flamethrower in hand, half alert to every shift, every quiet sound from her Leon sleeps. Despite the pull of exhaustion, you resist, staying alert, eyes sharp as you keep watch. Just as your mind begins to drift, a soft, choked sound pierces the silence, half muffled, yet unmistakable. Leon stirs restlessly, his face twisted in the dim light, caught in the throes of whatever nightmares haunt him. The faint sounds feel like a punch to the chest, striking too close. You can't bear it. Without thinking, you cross the room, sitting beside him, and place a hand on his shoulder, gently shaking him awake. Leon, wake up. His eyes fly open, wide and unfocused, his gaze meeting yours with a fix of mere fear and confusion. His breath is uneven, and for a moment he doesn't move, doesn't speak, as though he's still trapped somewhere else. Slowly his gaze sharpens, taking in the ooh, he looks so baby boy. Taking in the familiar surroundings, he rubs a shaky hand over his face, his forehead damp with sweat. A faint shiver runs through him. You are unused to offering comfort, unfamiliar with the vulnerability with it, but you remember small, distant gestures, how your parents would hold you, ground you when the night grew too dark. It's over now, you're safe. Just focus on my voice. He blinks, his gaze flicking to you as if drowning himself in your presence. The wildness in his eyes fades slightly. Acting on instinct, you lean closer, your hand lingering on his shoulder. His body shifts towards yours, unconsciously seeking out warmth and steadiness. He presses closer, his hand finding its way to the small of your back, his fingers flexing as if reaching for something solid to hold on to. It's too much. I know. I don't know what scares me more, the things I've seen or the idea that this might be the rest of my life. I barely remember what normal even feels like. Without thinking, you pull him in tighter, committing to the feel of his warmth and steady press of his weight against you to memory. I get it. I wish I didn't, but I do. He hums softly, a sound halfway between relief and resignation, his tension melting as he lets himself lean into you. His breathing steadies, and for a moment the two of you are wrapped in a shared silence, the kind that feels less empty and more whole. You start to imagine just for a second what a life like this would be, where these quiet, stolen moments are so rare, where his touch isn't fleeting. Then, as if sensing the shift, he abruptly pulls back. His gaze drops, he clears his throat, a barrier rising again between you. I, thanks. I'll keep watch now. I won't be able to fall asleep anyway. He rises to his feet, stepping toward the kitchen, but not before you catch a brief flicker in his eyes, a look that mirrors the feeling still lingering in your skin, the strange, subtle ache left by his warmth. Silently, you take his spot on the couch, your mind spinning, replaying the warmth, the closeness, the way he held on to you for that brief charged moment. You know rest won't come easily tonight. I mean, with everything is going on, can you even sleep? Like the enemy knows where you live. He watches her as she sleeps, her face softened in the quiet peace of it. The comfort between them tonight had been good, too good, unlovingly so. He shouldn't let himself get so attached. He knows better than anyone how quickly trauma binds people, weaving fragile connections from shared pain. But soon he'll be gone off to fight some other nightmare in some other cursed place. She can still have a life after this, something steady, something real, something he gave up a long time ago. It's never too late for him. He's been carrying this weight for far too long to think he could ever put it down. The idea of a future, of a life beyond the fight, hovers in the back of his mind like a cruel joke, something he refuses to reach for. He won't let himself hope for anything beyond survival. Hope is a dangerous thing. He can't afford it. Sorry, I got into Lana Del Rey. Your POV. You wake to the soft light of the early morning filtering through the seat windows, a quiet stillness hanging in the air. For a moment, you let yourself lie there, gathering the fractured pieces of last night in your mind. His warmth, the way he had leaned into your embrace before pulling away. The echo of it lingers, a faint ache that tightens in your chest. But when you finally sit up, any trace of that moment is gone. Leon stands near the door, his back to you as he checks his gear, his movements sharp and efficient, steely resolve masking any vulnerability he had shown. He doesn't look at you, doesn't even acknowledge your presence as you rise. The contrast is jarring, the memory of last night's closeness dissolving into the cold distance of his posture. Breakfast is on the table, eat, we need to move. You frown. At least he's cooking. You frown, an edge of frustration tugging at you. His tone is clipped, his eyes hard as he straps on his gear, every action radiating an almost palpable wall of distance. It's as if he put up another layer of armor overnight, shutting you out entirely. Good morning to you too. He pauses, and for a split second, you catch a flicker of something almost guilty on his face, but it's gone as quickly as it appears, his gaze hardening as he turns back to his gear. How do you feel? Fine. Don't get the wrong idea about yesterday. Oh, shut up, Leo. Oh, shut up. His words staying colder than you had expected. You glare, refusing to let him see how much they affect you. Same, it didn't mean anything. Oh my god. So you're still insufferable. Good. Good. No, it's not good. You square your shoulders, swallowing your own frustration as you gather your things, each movement pointed and deliberate. After last night, this cold detachment feels like a slap, a calculated retreat back into distance. Honestly, if I was in place of the girl, I would have already kissed. One more stop and then you're nearly free of this hellhole and everyone in it, right? No, he glances at you, his jaw tightening as if holding back a response. For a second, you wonder if he'll soften, but the face stays set, a mask of indifference. Right. It's a dismissal, plain and simple. You force yourself to look unfazed as you gulp down the breakfast he prepared, refusing to let him see how much his sudden shift has gotten into your skin. The silence between you is thick and heavy, each of you moving with a determination that borders on anger. You spend the day lugging equipment back and forth to your hideout near the lab, loading up on fuel and explosives, taking turns on Leon's bike. The work is grueling and made worse by the tense silence that lingers between you. You barely speak, and when you do, it's clipped cold. A silence truce at the best. We didn't fight. Why are we like this? By the time you reach the church, the sun is dipping low, casting the place in a shadowed crimson glow. Everything feels on edge, and you can't tell if it's him or the damn mission. You test the door, but it's locked tight, so you and Leon find an open window, pushing aside scattered debris as you climb inside. The smell hits you immediately, the thick decay clinging to the air like a warning. Your stomach twists. The interior is in disarray, overturned pews, shattered glass, littering the floor, dried bloodstains smeared on the walls. Wow. Near the altar, bones and tattered chain clothing lie in a haphazard pile, some looking fresher than others. Is it me or like this music sounds a lot similar to the Resident Evil music, like the movie one, not the game one? A chill runs down your spine. Have the townsfolk been using this place for sacrifices? Moving cautiously, you scan for the keypad until Leon gestures up the wooden balcony, Pointing to a white lab coat hanging loosely over the railing, a skeleton slumps over it, twisted and limp. I'll go get it. No, I will. His gaze snaps to you, cold and challenging. If you're so eager to get yourself killed, go find some other way to do it. Oh, jeez, Leon, what? You clench your fist, stepping up to him close enough to see the hard line of his jaw. This man grates on you, always assuming he knows best. I mean, he kinda does. He has the experience on him. The frustration, the tension, it's coiled so tight in your chest now, you can barely think straight. If I wanted your opinion, I'd ask for it. Don't pretend you give a damn about me. Ooh. The venom in your voice cuts through the air, and for a second you think you see something flicker in his eyes, something dark, like frustration, but aged with something hotter. He opens his mouth to reply, but before he can, a slow whip scraping sound echoes through the church, dragging along the floor. Let's go! The fight is on. The sun dips lower, casting an ominous red glow over the scene. Creatures inside the church. Leon doesn't hesitate. He grabs your arm and pulls you towards a shadowed corner where a small confession book stands. You resist, glancing back at the mask that fell to the ground as he tugged you forward, but his grip tightens, dragging you into the cramped space before you can think twice. You barely make it inside before the heavy footsteps close in, filling the silence with sickening shuffle. The pheromones hit you first, a heady, overpowering scent, sugary and dark, coating your senses like a blanket you can't escape. Your skin prickles with heat, a flush dripping up your cheeks, your pulse quickly. Oh my lord. You bite your lips, struggling to resist the heavy, tingling sensation coursing through you. Leon's jaw tightens, his eyes narrowing as he fights the same effect. His breaths are shallow, each exhale brushing warm against your neck. Oh, gee. Imagine going into fight like this, like fully bricked up. His hand finds yours, the contact grounding and electric all at once. With trembling fingers, you rip open a mothball package, thrusting it close to both your noses. It helps, but not enough. The creatures cling fast outside, their scent hanging in the air, winding its way into every inch of you, heightening the tension between you and Leon. I feel like I'm reading Wattpad right now, but I'm enjoying it, alright? I'm enjoying it. You cling to his arm, feeling the tautness of his muscles as he restrains himself, his body coiled almost as if he's battling the urge to open the door and pursue them. Yet his hand remains firm on yours, holding you in place, anchoring you to the moment. As the creatures finally shuffle away, a tense silence fills the booth. Your hand grips the door handle, ready to chase after them, but Leon's strong grip closes over yours, holding it shut. His strength catches you off guard and you fall to face him, anger flaring. Leon, let go. You're not going after them. Oh, sorry, he's saying you're not going after them. Uh, do we go anyway? No, all these things need to die. It's the only reason you're here, the one purpose that kept you alive. I told you I'm going to kill every last one of them. Now get out of my way. His body doesn't budge. Instead, he steps closer, his body heat radiating against you. I'm not letting you run into danger like that. I'm sick of seeing you charge headfirst like this, like you have some kind of death wish. Do you think it's easier that way? Don't act like you give a damn before you can finish. He grabs you, his lips crashing down on yours in a bruising, desperate kiss. All of that pent up frustration spilling over. Oh my god. Tangled with everything unspoken between you. His hands find your hips, his fingers digging in possessively, pulling you hard against him. His body is hot and unyielding, every inch of him pressed into you with a fierce, undeniable intensity that makes your heart race. Also, this music feels like the music in Silent Hill 2, like the Maria bar scene. A low, almost pleading sound escapes him, a crack in his control, as he turns you around, pressing you firmly but carefully against the rock wood. Oh my god, his lips trail down your neck, lingering each breath. His touch reverent and hesitant as though he's barely holding back the flood of need beneath the surface. There's a tremble in his fingers as he
He- Oh my god!
Tell me to stop.
We are literally on battlefield.
I thought we would not be doing it this way. He whispers, voice thick and barely controlled, his hands gripping you tighter as though he's asking for permission. One last chance for you to pull away. But instead of answering, you lean back into him, you silence permission enough, and he lets out a rag. His restraint shatters. Not a sound. We are not attracting those things back here.
Oh my god, we're doing it. We did it. With insect smell. With insect mating smell. Oh god. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but I'm enjoying it. After a moment, he pulls back, adjusting his clothes, his expression hardening as he casts his gaze toward the door, a hint of something conflicted flickering in his eyes before it fades. He glances at you, almost uncertain, as you clean yourself with a tissue and throw it away. I don't know what happened. You cough softly, tugging your pants back up, the lingering ache of him making it hard to ignore the pull you still feel. You roll your eyes at his attempt to brush it off. It was just the pheromones, Leon, right? Just the pheromones. I mean, if something external is acting on you, will you say it's still feelings? Let me know what you think in the comments. The tension simmers between you, and though part of you wants more, your mind is clear enough to recognize the need to leave. Now, if the pheromones effect had been any stronger, you are not sure either of you would have stopped in that cramped booth. When you mount his bike, Leon reaches back for your hands, guiding them around his waist. His fingers linger a heartbeat longer than necessary, that final touch stirring the heat that hasn't quite left your body. You rest your cheek against his back, letting the warmth of him soak into you, a small reluctant smile hidden from his view. You have no mirrors on your bike? You both make it back to the house, your bodies warm yet buzzing with the lingering high of pleasure. You tell yourself to forget it, to push the memory aside, but it clings to you, refusing to fade. The two of you stand in the quiet, small distance between you, but the tension is thick, like an unspoken pull drawing you back toward each other. Your eyes meet briefly before both of you look up. Oh my god, you have done everything at this point. The silence presses down, broken only by the sound of your breath. You shift, trying to focus, but your mind keeps slipping back to him, hyper aware of his presence, his closeness, the memory of his touch still vivid in your mind. Oh, yeah, right, we did not fight the creatures, right? So, who gets the first watch? Neither of you are looking at each other, and as you step forward, you end up bumping into him, his hands moving instinctively to steady you, his grip firm and grounding. You glance up, his eyes flickering down to his lips, your body reacting before your mind has a chance to catch up. We can decide later. The tension in his voice mirrors your own, a hint of something more than just exhaustion and proximity. Your gaze settles on his mouth, and he hesitates only a moment before leaning in, closing the space between you. Your lips meet in a kiss that's hesitant at first, each of you testing the waters as though unsure if it's okay to give in, but it deepens quickly, growing more urgent, a shared hunger that flares up from the quiet. Oh yeah, this is what I was promised. Leon pulls back, his eyes scanning the room, a brief look of focus returning to his expression. We need to focus. Continue. You don't pull back, neither does he. The kiss deepens, your breath mingling as the urgency builds, the tension stretching until it's almost unbearable. You press closer, feeling the heat radiate between you. But a faint noise breaks through the haze. A quiet shuffling sound from one of the back rooms? Leon freezes, his head turning toward the noise, but it's too late. Shadows spill into the room, townsfolk moving fast and said, yeah, that was what I was talking about. Before either of you can react, rough hands grab you from behind, dragging you backward as you struggle. Your tail is caught in their grip. Leon fights back, a flash of anger in his eyes, but he's overpowered too, forced to his knees beside you. Oh jeez. When you regain consciousness, you're in a cage. Oh my god. Cold iron pressing against your back, your gaze darts around in the dimly lit clearing, only to see Leon lying across from you, staring, his expression clouded and disoriented. The figure steps forward, the leader of the townsfolk, his eyes glinting with dark intent as he studies you both. I try to reason with you, but you don't listen. So now you'll see it, feel it. You push against the bar of the cage. Let us out! Soon you'll be one of us. He disappears in the shadows just as sickly sweet scent fills the air, thick and cloying. It seeps into your lungs, spreading through your body with a heady warmth, fogging your thoughts, clouding your senses. Dread pulls in your stomach, you push against the bar again, desperation flooding you. But they hold fast, unforgiving metal biting into your skin. Heat floods your veins, a flush crawling up your neck as every inch of you feels electrified, hypersensitive. You push against the bars, instinctively trying to get closer to the source of the scent, but the cage holds firm. Frustration and desire mix, intensifying every breath as the scent works its way through you. Impossible to resist. Your gaze falls on Leon and you see he's affected too, his body tense, shivering as he grips the bars, his chest heaving. His gaze meets yours, his eyes dark, filled with same aching need. He fights it, jaw clenched, but you can see it's only a matter of time before the pheromones overwhelm him completely. The primal urge to move, to feed, is consuming, and when the need to follow the creature is finally subsides, if different heat takes its place, pulsing through you now, desperate for release. Your body is too hot, every nerve straining, and now you turn to Dion, feeling the pull of him. The closeness between you, the only relief from the unbearable ache. You reach out, your hand finding his, and he shudders under your touch. His grip tightening as if his holding on to you is the only thing keeping him grounded. I can't take it anymore, I need you. You close the distance between you, succumbing to the pull. Your mind is. We are inside a cage, right? In that moment, nothing else matters. Not the cage, not the watching eyes, not the twisted situation you find yourselves in. The only you and him lost in the heat that won't fade. Wait, what is happening? We are in. What? Did we get caught? No, don't tell me it's over. Oh, ah, wait, what? A tape comes out of the TV, you grab it. You have a feeling you should give it to someone. Can we walk around? Oh, sponge and click. Do we go upstairs? Someone is humming a spooky tune. But Kitty! Hey, oh, it's a developer. Oh, hey, you're back. Come, let's have a talk. But Kitty! The little. Oh, it's not a kitty, it's a dog. Puppy! The little dog wags his tail and barks at you as if in greeting. Woof woof! Aww. And a pet? So these are all the tapes. You return the VHS to her and she smiles at you. Thanks, how was it? Hope you enjoyed the tape. We tried some different ingredients this time. What are these tapes? They allow us to connect to AUs, aka alternate universes. They're made with ingredients we gathered on our travels like slow burn embers and cliche. Sure thing, darling. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Thank you for being on this journey with us. So I guess that's where I will leave it here, and I don't know if I am going back to check if there are other endings or not. But that was nice. That was exactly the way I thought it would go actually. When I saw the the insect pheromone things. I knew exactly where it was going. Delightful little game. So check it out if you want yourself. Visit Quay. I hope that I'm pronouncing it right. And thank you for watching. See ya later.